Tell you something. You know what, Rico? You know what True Leave and cookies have in common?
What's that?
They are both getting fined $350,000 because Cookies is to pay the state $350K for violations on an opening day celebration, Rico. That's right. The cannabis lifestyle brand with a popular dispensary in Albuquerque, New Mexico, will pay $350,000 for violations of state regulations during its ruckus opening day celebration last November.
Shit, that's Vitaly's store.
Yep, that's right. The dispensary Cookies was charged with 5 violations by the state's Cannabis Control Division, including one that alleged a minor without a valid medical card was consuming cannabis on the property in photos shot by an Albuquerque Journal photographer.
That's a big one.
A spokesperson from the New Mexico Regulation and Licensing Department, which oversees the CCD, wrote in an email that the division takes underage and on-site consumption very seriously and has levied penalties that are commensurate with the nature of the violations, you guys. Well, good thing they didn't have anyone die in the parking lot, because I'd hate to see what their fine was then. But nonetheless, in light of the particular facts and circumstances of this individual case, the licensee's level of cooperation with the division in investigating these violations and the licensee's willingness to accept responsibility for what occurred and address and remediate the violations, this settlement agreement enforces the Cannabis Regulation Act and ensures the protection of the public, Andrea Brown, the spokeswoman, continued. The charges and eventual settlement agreement came as the dispensary located in Maritztown had grown a cult following in the cannabis community in Albuquerque and across the state. It has been, in the months since opening, one of the top performing by sales, according to state data. Last month, pulling in a combined $812,512 in medical and adult use sales. Cookies was founded by the rapper Burner, whose real name is Gilbert Malam, and Bay Area grower Jai Chang as a lifestyle brand back in 2010. By 2018, though the company opened its first dispensary in Los Angeles before opening dozens more in the following years, including in Albuquerque back in November of 2023. But the company typically seeks out local operators to do business with, in effect putting the business under local ownership and in return giving these operators access to Cookies branding and its in-house genetics. The owner or registered agent of Cookies, according to CCD documents, is Byron Butcher, the operator of High Extracts, which produces the popular extracts brand Bloom in New Mexico. An email seeking comment from Butcher was not answered late Friday, but the violation cited in April also accused Cookies of promoting overconsumption of cannabis at the dispensary's grand opening last year on its social media channels, allowing for the consumption of cannabis on its property without the proper licensure, and allowing for alcohol consumption without the proper licensure, and displaying cannabis outside of the retail area and in the parking lot. Brown said Cookies owes $10,000 for each violation, a total of $50,000, and it also owes an additional $300,000, which is the approximate amount of revenue the business would have generated in a 2-week time period, she said, adding that the second portion of the fine will be paid in lieu of a suspension of licensure, which would have resulted in lost wages for the business employees, she said. She said the fines collected will be paid into the state's current school fund, and an additional, quote, all violations are reviewed based on the particular facts and circumstances of the individual case. However, the CCD continues to work with all licensees who show willingness and good faith efforts to correct violations and abide by the Cannabis Regulation Act and division rules, she added. In an additional quote, she says, we are hopeful that this licensee recognizes the gravity of the violations and will prevent this type of non-compliant activity from occurring ever again. Well, I can't wait to hear what you guys have to say about this.
I got some thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
I bet they had that damn leaf blower out there.
That's what I was imagining too.
bet they had that damn leaf blower. I mean, because putting it on their social media channels, that sounds like, shout out to the homie because you love that leaf blower. But
they do love that thing.
God, this is just, if there was in fact a minor there, that's such an easy to prevent situation. Like just by doing the basic checks that you agree when you sign your license to do for anybody who's coming on property, coming to an event, things like that. Like, I think responsible ownership is important, and I wasn't there, so I guess the state will take that up with them. But, I just be better, guys. Like, I think when you're such a successful brand and such a high-profile brand, people are going to look at you. And I saw Vitaly was actually on his Instagram talking about there are 7 dispensaries within a 400-foot radius. Those other 6 are probably not cookies, you guys.
No, they're not.
So they're probably going to be looking at cookies, and anything they can say, hey, fuck you guys, they're going to do that. So, like, you're under a microscope even more because of your success historically, because of how big the brand has grown. So any fuck up is so much worse.
Or maybe they wanted the press. Oh, they made over $300,000 in the grand opening, and they wanted the press of being the cool guys on the block.
No, they got dinged because a minor consumed cannabis.
Well, there was photos of a minor consuming cannabis. They had
in the news.
They had alcohol consumption. Okay.
Yeah, they were wilding.
Yeah, they were having a party. They were turning up. They were like, who cares? Who cares about any of this?
That's what happened.
No, I think they care. I think they care very much.
You think they care?
I think.
I think the only person that cares is the licensee. I don't think Cookies gives a shit.
I will say
I think Cookies gives a shit about underage consumption of cannabis, and I don't think that that's what they were trying to achieve.
Is that why they sell their clothes on Zoomies?
It got a little out of hand.
Is that why they sell their clothes on Zoomies?
It was over-attended relative to the staffing they had, and something went awry.
Yarrow.
I mean, there are kids in high schools every day wearing Cookie stuff because they can buy it on Zoomies. It is pushed to children, and I will actually agree to that point. And now I understand why Burner's Instagram or X account had that post the other day talking about, I don't care, hate on me, blah, 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 I'm still winning, pictures of him on a yacht. So, okay, cool. Then go pull some money out of that bank account that you gassed the yacht up with, and please give it to this operator who is not Burner. And pay the fine for him.
I agree with Yarrow on this one. I think things just got out of hand.
If you think things just got out of hand, like all of a sudden it was like an Oakland sideshow, all of a sudden, is that what you're telling me?
That's possible.
I mean, this is a different case than them having the weed blower out there. They got a minor out there consuming, and they got alcohol there. It sounds like it was over-attended, and they just didn't account.
What does alcohol and over-attendance have anything to do with that?
I find it very hard to believe that Cookies Corporate would not want, would want something like this to happen.
They allowed it to happen. They allowed it to happen.
Corporate should probably be more involved with what's actually happening at these launch parties.
I find it hard to believe that their corporate wing would not care.
Not everything that happens on somebody's watch is their responsibility. Otherwise, General Michael Flynn would be the reason why Trump wouldn't get reelected.
This is giving me a director Cheeto vibe right now.
You guys are crazy. You guys are tripping right now.
Christopher Brady says they're trying to strike a chord, and it's probably a minor.
Shout out Chris Brady.
But he's not a rapper. But he is not a rapper.
Rico did not like.
Yes, exactly. I mean, hey, they're out there smoking with minors, blowing smoke in minors' faces.
Listen, I will speak to, like, Stingy's the one who always has the weed blower, and he is a friend of mine, and he is a very good person. Like, he has this really cool social media presence, but he's just like a really soft-spoken, just sweet, good person. So I will speak to the moral character of them as people. I don't think that any of them as parents, as people, would want to have a minor consuming. I think this is a testament to you have to be careful. You have to be more vigilant and pay more attention to, while you're creating this big circus of ruckus to welcome in your new store, you have to be careful. You just need to be more vigilant. So I don't think that it was malicious, but I will say that, you guys be a little more careful.
I mean, I just feel like they thought they were recreating a Breaking Bad episode, but with weed.
I'm not picking up what you're putting down, but that's okay.
Yeah,
It's New Mexico.
I don't see the connection.
It's New Mexico. It's New Mexico.
Now I
It's
see.
New Mexico.
Yeah, I know it's New Mexico, but the Breaking Bad, like I mean, is meth in an RV. Like I don't see the connection with this story though.
So you're saying that they don't sell Blue Dream?
I don't like parallels between weed and actual drugs.
Whatever.
I know.